all for coming out to the Vibe District and to the Garage VB. We're going to run through a couple quick slides before we introduce our guests. In Creative Mornings, the theme this month is spicy. And so every chapter all across the globe is going to interpret that in a different way. And so we're excited to have our guests share what that means to them this session. Bring a friend, make a friend. We really want you all to start inviting people. We want this to grow. This is only the second chapter in the state of Virginia. The Richmond chapter gets about 200 people a month. So we gotta grow, because it's a competitive market out there. We want to have the biggest chapter in Virginia. We are the biggest city in Virginia, right?
Yes.
Here is our team. We've got myself, Robert Fivash from Brandfield, which has an office right behind this location. Miss Tessa Hall-Duquette, who's the owner-operator of the Garage VB, where we are. Miss Sunny Peoples here, who's going to be doing our intros and is part of our team. Miss Rachel Jaffe, who's really a ceramicist, but she does photography for us, so we appreciate that. And then our go-to man for videography, Jeff Rillian, had a family emergency and could not be here, so I sincerely thank Mr. Albert here for being here to save the day. We really appreciate that. Just thank you for coming today. So there are 238 chapters all around the world in 69 different countries. So you are a part of something that is much bigger than yourself when you come here. And we've been practicing this the last few months. It's been a little rocky. So we're going to go slow, but we invite you all to say the Creative Mornings Manifesto with us. And if it's not good, we'll edit it out on the video, okay? All right. Everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery and action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate you, and encourage you to make things you love. We're getting better. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a hand. We believe in face-to-face connections and learning from others in hugs and high fives. We bring people together who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world. Wait, there's one more. Where'd it go? Isn't there a last line? See, we messed it up again. Anyway, we'll get it straight next month. Today we want to offer our special thanks to Jesse's Taqueria, Ricardo's in the back for the wonderful refreshments. Fathom Coffee roasted us 2 brews from Latin America to fit the theme. And we of course want to thank the Virginia Beach Arts and Humanities Commission, which funds the videography for this event, and we appreciate their support. Okay, without further ado, Tessa and Sunny, come on up here. Hey, Emily. There's a seat up front. You can sneak up front. Okay, are you going live now?
I am.
Right. This is part of our team here, and we're going to let Sunny do the introduction of our guests.
Good morning, Virginia Beach. Buenos. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our featured speakers. We'll start with my fellow Virginia Beach Arts and Humanities Commissioner, Miss Torres Baker. Miss Olga Torres Baker is a small business owner offering Spanish, English interpreting, translation, and Spanish language focused business consulting services through Taina Consulting, LLC. For the past 7 years, she has teamed up with local Latin hit radio, La Selecta Radio, 103.3 FM, 103.3 FM, WVXX 1050 AM, engaging with clients wishing to connect with listeners from the Hispanic community. In her role as Sales Community Relations Director, her charge also includes managing advertising agency relationships and reaching out to local cities and community organizations to foster relationships between them and the Latino community, especially the underserved Spanish-speaking population. She has worked in the interpreting and translation field for over 16 years and relishes putting her Spanish language skills to use daily. Olga Olga always looks for opportunities to take on types of work or any type of work that challenges her to continue to grow as a professional. Y su amiga Ana, su querida amiga. Miss Ana Castellanos is a native Mexican and very proud of her heritage, passed down from her ancestors. In 2003, she and her husband moved to the United States with their daughter, who became ill with meningitis at the age of 2 weeks old. They chose to make Virginia Beach their home to provide a better place for their daughter. Ana's personal life mission has been to educate herself and become an advocate to her daughter, who has cerebral palsy and is nonverbal, and has become an ally to other Spanish-speaking families who also have children with special needs. Since 2010, Ana has served as an advocate to a small group of parents in the Hispanic community to support their communication needs with the Virginia Beach Public Schools, which resulted in the creation of Voz Hispana, a Spanish language family voice empowerment group to assist limited English proficiency families communicate directly with VB Public Schools, teachers, and staff. She is also a small business entrepreneur, providing private cleaning services with many clients being families with children, adults, and veterans with special needs. Without further ado, let's hear from Olga and Ana.
Buenos días. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes esta mañana. Y estamos encantadas de poder compartir con ustedes nuestro spicy.
Good morning, this is Anna, and we are so pleasure for you guys to be here. We are going to introduce our life as our spicy life.
So I'd like to reintroduce Anna with this picture, which is lovely of her family. And for Anna, family traditions are very, very important.
For Olga, this is Olga and her husband. For her, her family and fostering community are very important.
Thank you, Anna.
El Día de los Muertos is very important for my heritage and my family traditions.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anna. And for me, my Puerto Rican identity is very important, a very important part of my life experience, and I enjoy sharing it with everyone. I'm always telling everybody I'm from Puerto Rico. So, Ana Spicy is, she loves to illustrate or emphasize more of her traditions and costumes, and she loves wearing traditional blouse and showcasing, her origins. Blouse, dresses, it's just beautiful.
Thank you, Olga. And for Olga, spicy is being available to speak Spanish every single moment.
I love it. So, having said that, I know there's folks out there that can speak Spanish, right?
Yes.
So, do me a favor. Anybody who speaks Spanish, you can shout it out. One word in Spanish that you know.
Un porquito.
What? Gracias. What was that?
Amor.
Hey, ¿alguien más? Anyone else?
Bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos. Gracias. Come on.
Orgulloso.
Muy bien. Proud.
Te amamos.
We love you. ¿Quién más? Somebody else?
Arepa.
Arepas. Yeah, talk about food. What about the food we got back there? How about cafecito? Yeah. Todo el mundo, that's everybody. Everybody. I love it. So this is kind of our icebreaker. Everybody knows Spanish, and what I like to tell people is, you know a lot of Spanish, you're just not pronouncing it right. This is not a Spanish class, so talk to me after this. So Ana and I met in 2014, thereabouts, because I sent her this picture. She says, oh my God, that was 9 years ago. And 9 years ago when I met Ana, she was wearing traditional Mexican dress. And most recently, we attended an event in DC, and we went with another group of folks, the World Culture Fest in DC. That was amazing.
And I was wearing my traditional dress. Like I say, I love my traditions, and I grew up dancing all the Mexican folklore. And when I came here, I didn't see that people were showing our tradition. And I tell Olga, I think I'm going to start showing what do I grow up. And for nuestra feria that we used to have, I represent Mexico, and people invite me to go to the base to represent the Cinco de Mayo. And what was the other one for the Hispanic Heritage Month?
Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And here you can see we are not only Mexican, we are Japan, all the other people from different countries showing, where we are from, really. Mm-hmm.
I loved spending time with Ana and learning because, as you can see, the dresses are different. She has quite a collection. This is just
Yes.
one smidge of what she has, and I just really enjoy it. And I was telling Ana, I don't know what your experience was the first time you met someone from Puerto Rico, but I got to share the story. The first time I met someone from, the first time I was exposed to the Mexican culture was when I lived in California, worked at an office, went downstairs to get my lunch at the lunch truck, and I'm looking at the menu and I asked, what's green chili? And it was literally like everything stopped. And people are looking at me like I'm crazy. It's like, wait a minute, you're Mexican and you don't know what green chili is? And I'm like, hold on. I'm Puerto Rican, what's green chili? And I asked Ana about that, and she says, green chili, we don't even make that in Mexico. Hello. Anyway, that was a fun experience, but then I decided the Mexican culture is beautiful, and I would love to learn and experience it more. And so I've been doing that since, kind of like chopsticks, you never stop practicing, you never stop learning, because the Mexican culture is diverse
It is.
and just huge, and I love it. And Ana, you have some more friends here dancing.
Yeah, like I said, we have 31 states in Mexico. It's not only Cancun or Jalisco, so we have a lot. My family is from Oaxaca and Guerrero, Acapulco. I love to show where I am from. Yeah.
Yes, you do. I love it. Just a little bit about me. My spicy life is all about being in community with family and partners and collaborators in the Latino community. The picture up on the end where it says familia, that's part of my family. That's my husband and myself with our grandkids, most of them. We got a whole bunch of them. In the middle, it was an event at the Sandler Center for the Performing Arts, and at that time I was representing the Hispanic Leadership Forum of Hampton Roads, and we had a table just to share information and invite people to join us. Above that is a group of friends that I attended or participated in, and was one of the sponsors at a networking event for Latinos in Newport News. Two friends were coming together to share office space, and so that's what we all need to be. And same thing, Christmas party, I just showed up, popped in, took pictures, and then I think many of my friends here, our colleagues that are here, know that the picture on the lower left side is those of us who were there during the last March meeting, the last day of deliberations. So this is my family with the Arts and Humanities Commission. Two of the things that Ana have done, just to give you an example of how we move and collaborate in the community. Ana.
I host Dia de los Muertos in my house every year because I want to show people what is our tradition. Dia de los Muertos is a celebration to show people ¿cómo se dice? Honoring our family who passed away. And the way to honoring them is cooking all the delicious food that they used to eat, drinks, flowers, a lot of flowers. Yeah. It's sorry, it's a lot of stuff. And for me, this is spicy because I have the opportunity to show our culture. And culture is all the Latin America. All Latin Americans celebrate Dia de los Muertos in different ways. I think Mexico is the one who celebrates bigger. and we would love to have one.
One day I'm going
One
to
day.
Oaxaca
Yes.
to celebrate. So you have a picture of you and Melanie at an event where you were dressed, and again to celebrate Dia de los Muertos,
Yes.
right?
When we walk in, it was for special kids. And when we walk in, everybody of the kids, oh, you look like a Coco. Oh my God, I'm doing Coco. Oh my God. It was fun because my daughter has the opportunity and the experience that someone recognized. You see? And I like to show her everything that I can. And if she has the capability of learning, it's great. Yeah. And show to everybody as well.
So, you know, it just occurred to me, Anna, this is your legacy.
Thank you.
Sharing your culture with everyone is her legacy here among our community. And the flyer on the left is the flyer that we used for that picture with the whole bunch of folks in the back. So it was a networking event that was sponsored by 2 other Latino owned businesses, and they all happen to be female entrepreneurs, which is great. And so Spanglish Connection, and it was to celebrate their new, no te lo pierdas means don't miss out. Don't miss it. And at the top, it's me. I'm sitting there posing for the recent turkey giveaway that we had at La Selecta Radio, and you know, I just like to have a lot of fun. So I'm always representing. You can't see it, but the hat says PR, which is Puerto Rico. And so our life will continue to be spicy, right? As long as we're here. And all we want to reveal right now is that we are working on presenting El Día de los Muertos in Virginia Beach for the very first time.
Yes.
So I cannot wait. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
We are quick to say gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you so much for having us. We made it brief, but you know we have time for Q&A, so let's go.
So when I think of spice, I don't know if any of you have recently seen Dune or been following the Dune series. I think of the earth, what carries us forward, what carries us into the future, authenticity, our connection with nature as we are celebrating Earth Day tomorrow. Do you want to talk a little bit about spice as it translates to you as far as your ancestry, as far as what you want to carry into the future?
You want to take it?
Wow.
Okay, let me start
You
this.
can
I'm
start.
just thinking about this.
I'm gonna give her some time, just buying her some time.
So the interesting thing is, for me, when people, first of all, Latinas, right? So Latinas are supposed to be spicy. That's just, sorry, that's not where we go. Oh, that's all I'm going to say. Because for us, it's just really important to share and to know and to be in touch with our culture and our heritage. So spicy food is the next thing that comes to mind, right? In Puerto Rico, we don't prepare foods that are spicy. But if we want to spice up our meal, we do have this little sauce that's prepared that you can, like hot sauce, but it's not hot sauce because there's no tomato sauce in it. And I brought a sample just so you could maybe sniff it later. And so spicy for me is being able to speak 2 languages and try to be the most authentic self that I can possibly be with everyone that I meet. Now, I can't do that with everyone, obviously, because, you know, I get like confianza, you know, you gotta get comfortable with folks. But I really do enjoy just sharing and learning, and I laugh a lot, I smile a lot, and I have a very positive attitude. I love sunflowers. And I don't know, for me, spicy is just being happy and sharing that happiness with people.
Yeah, I will say almost the same with Olga. And yes, we do have a spicy food.
Yes.
Yes. We always put, everything has to be spicy. If it's not spicy enough, you have to make the salsa like I made this morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring some spicy salsa. Yes. And yeah, I think it's spicy for me personally as sharing where I am from, because I am proud for where I am from. And wearing my clothes, and sometimes people look at me like, where are you from? Mexico? Really, you are from Mexico? Yes, I'm from Mexico. Your clothes is different, yeah. Handmade it. Everything is handmade it. You see? To honoring the Earth Day. We recycle a lot. a lot. And here, it's a shame that because we buy a pair of shoes and it's like, it's not working for next time. We have to, continue it. And spicy, another thing for me is spicy. To see my daughter that she's not verbal, I have to learn to speak sign language to communicate with her. And sometimes I don't understand, sometimes I do. And I'm like, yeah. And for me, spicy is when somebody asks me, hey, or they come and say, hey, honey, how are you? She sometimes say yes, sometimes she's like, and I start to stutter. And I'm like, the spiciness coming up, like, oh my God, can I talk to you? She's not verbal. So that's fine. Yeah, so, Olga. Thank you.
Oh, I have one other question. So as we experience spices from the earth, often they're opening us up or cleansing us. And so well, maybe it is not a question. I just wanted to say that both of you are definitely heart openers. And so we appreciate you and your work and your efforts in the community. Are there questions from those of you who are out here?
Oh gosh, I have to do a microphone. Okay, I am probably not the only one, but I'm in love with your shirt.
Thank you.
How do you feel about other people wearing your traditional clothing?
Proud.
Yeah?
Yes.
Cool. Is
Proud.
there anywhere we can get
Are there other questions?
Oh, yeah. So Anna, you want to show?
Yes.
I got you.
I brought those Catrinas from Dia de los Muertos. They are made with papel mache. What's
Paper
mache?
mache.
Paper mache. Yes. This is a very traditional for Dia de los Muertos. And like I said, I made this hot salsa this morning. And if you guys like, this is Trader Joe. Yeah, if you guys want to eat like watermelon, fruit. Yes.
Mango.
This is much better. Mango, yeah. A little spicy. And we have this traditional, dolly that is very popular, that represents, I think, our culture as Mexican. One of my cousins made this for me because they know that I like to share. Okay, and of course, my bandera, my flag from Mexico. And this toy, the matraca, my mom sent it for my son, and I have a quickly
Appropriated it.
Yeah. My son is in PA, high school, and they won, the championship for soccer game state. So I was the spicy crazy like with my matraca, and everybody was like, who has that matraca? Who has that? It was so funny, and I remember because my mom sent this like maybe 18 years ago, and it's still working. You see? Yeah. Go ahead, Olga.
And this right here.
This is a carrito that is, it's usually water and keep the water cold.
It does.
And yes, it has a very unique flavor. But this is like a toy.
Okay. And I see you have a little cat and dog. And
Yes.
those you put on the altar.
Yeah, I put this on the altar for Dia de los Muertos because it represents the spirit of the animals that pass away too. And it has a name. Those are from Oaxaca, and they call alebrijes. Yes. And
One last, what's this? Oh, somebody asked about this.
this is a typical olla. How do you say?
Pot?
Yes, but of course, we have a big one so you can make the rice, the green salsa.
And when did this come from?
This came from Oaxaca as well.
Somebody asked earlier.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, so Anna has a little surprise for you at the end, but my display is, humble. Somebody just gave this to me when I went to Puerto Rico. Hopefully it doesn't say made in China. No, I don't think it does. But I was in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. I'm serious, I how it is. I was in San Juan, Puerto Rico recently, and I fell in love with this, and it was like, I'll get it for you. So I go, thank you. And you know, when you're of a certain persuasion age, sometimes you need these. So but in Puerto Rico, you know, how many people have been to Puerto Rico? Yeah, so you know, depending on the time of the year, it's really hot. Yeah, these come in really handy. So I just love my fan. And I mentioned the hot sauce. So this is called, we call it pique. This is mi madre, 100% something natural. Mi madre, oh my God. Mama. So this is not red like with the sauce because we don't use tomato sauce, but it's called pique because pique for us is like when, let's say you get a sting from a bee or from a, so it pica. It's like stings you. So this stings when you put it in your food. So we also talk about spices in the earth. We also make sofrito. And I know some of you are familiar with that word. I happened to be visiting out of town, and there was a lady at a market, and she had this thing. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm taking that home. And they gotta hadn't opened it yet. And her mom makes it in Florida and sends it to her friends. So it says sofrito is authentic Caribbean flavor to rice. You can add it to rice, beans, soups, and stews. You can marinate meats with this stuff. It's delicious. So sofrito is the base. It's like a pesto, but I call it the Puerto Rican pesto. And it's not just for pasta. This right here, a local friend of mine made this. This is like her rendition of a coquí. And if you've been to Puerto Rico, you know where the coquí is. And I was born before, when I was in the womb, I was hearing the coquí. So it's part of my essence as well. And when I go to Puerto Rico, it's like the first thing I listen for. Because coquí is something that you listen for. They hide. You don't really see them. And it's kind of like the crickets at night. So it's our own version of the crickets at night in Puerto Rico. It's amazing. And this right here represents the three kings, or Epiphany. Catholicism was, you know, the main religion that the natives and the African slaves were converted to. So we adopted. You know, obviously, so there's the three kings is what we celebrate big in Puerto Rico. I'm a little aged, so when I was in Puerto Rico, the Santa Claus, there was no such thing for us. Christmas, it was Christmas Eve, it was going to church, and it was celebrating with family. Dia de los Reyes, Three Kings Day, that's when you got your gifts. And for me, they were under the bed. We didn't even have a Christmas tree because, you know, that was not what we did. So Three Kings is very, very popular and celebrated every year. There's a town in Puerto Rico that has a huge celebration and people flock to that town every year. That's why Christmas in Puerto Rico lasts a long time. From after Thanksgiving to somewhere in February when we have this huge festival, Carnaval-like, which is called Sanse. Sanse stands for San Sebastian. It's the patron saint. And Sanse is huge. You gotta go. You gotta go. It's crazy. So I have a business card holder that was made by an artisan in Puerto Rico. And there's a coquí. It's a coquí. And so that's kind of, you know, what I wanted to share with you. I don't have any fresh made salsa, but I'm sure this is going to be delicious and I can't wait to taste it. ¿Alguien más? Thank you, Kate. Okay.
Well, in the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and wrap, but you all are welcome to stick around and talk to our artists.
100 minis.
Please look at the 100 minis on the wall. There are still some of them, some of our local artists that are in attendance. We'd love for you to purchase some local art. And Anna does have a surprise that you would be able to sample out of a little cup like this. So that is a